Look at the race just during the week a few days ago, the Occitanie race. You know, Egan Bernal was up there in the top 10 in all the stages. So, you know, safety comes first, and I'm pretty sure that, you know, that's what they're looking after. Geraint Thomas right up there towards the front as well. But just looking behind the kind of white, pale blue of Israel Startup Nation are right towards the front. But I think as we hit this drag coming up in the next couple of kilometres, we may see an attack.
Yeah, let's watch out for that. 800 metres of a grippy one, about 7%, is certainly going to test and challenge those riders inside the final kilometre and a half. It's about 2.5 kilometres to go. It starts to get grippy. So we're already in that section now, and it starts to level off with the next couple of 100 metres. So if the attack is going to come, probably would usefully be about now. But everyone's going to be in a sense of oxygen debt. It looks like one or two riders trying to move up on the outside to try and take advantage of the gradient and the difficulty that's been presented, as we see Lotto Soudal gravitating towards the front. They've got one or two riders trying to put themselves into prime position. The Team Jumbo-Visma squad still have control at the front, protecting Primož Roglič, Kruijswijk, Tom Dumoulin, George Bennett, all of those riders in fine form.
It's actually Primož Roglič, the Slovenian champion, on the front here. He's gone on the attack, and just look at the riders grimacing behind, but look who's on his face grimacing as well, and that's Egan Bernal. So this is a huge effort here. I think Lotto Soudal has got Army in third place there. Geraint Thomas, Theo Gegenhardt, they're all up there. Nairo Quintana moving up. This is a super effort here from Primož Roglič. A lot of tired legs there, but just kind of trying to go over the top there, CSC. We predicted a sprint. It's going to come down to some sort of sprint, but what an effort there from Primož Roglič.
Oh, amazing stuff from Primož Roglič, and very impressive stuff from Egan Bernal. He must have followed him around the bunch all day, and no way is Primož Roglič going to get away without the Tour de France champion Egan Bernal being aware of it and being all over that one. Theo Gegenhardt as well is clearly got good legs, and he's staying close to his team leader. But this is a sustained surge on the front as they go to the line, and inside the closing moments, it's still drawn out into a very, very long, thin line, and the question is, how many of the sprinters will have been able to get close to the front as they bunch up a little bit into the closing stages? There's a little bit of a wind around into the finishing straight as they go to the right hand side of a roundabout, which will offer an opportunity perhaps for some of those sprinters to recover.
Well, there's a lot of legs burning, a lot of gaps opened, and if you've got the legs, this is the time to go. And I'm not too sure how many sprinters are there. We're inside the last kilometre now. A little bit of bunching up, so some of the sprinters will come back to the front. Still narrow, and it looks as if it's UAE at the front now, but just behind, a lot of riders starting to come back.
Into that final hairpin that comes within touching distance of the finish line now. Not much more than about 400 or 500 metres to go as the riders look around, and this is almost a sprint of non-sprinters at the moment. An opportunity perhaps for the Team Jumbo-Visma squad to steal a march. Is it Hessink or perhaps Bennett? I think it's probably Hessink that just ended up on the front there momentarily. Didn't feel like he was going to be able to launch at that moment, and they're all jockeying for position. Nobody wants to take this up. Nobody wants to decide to go first. This is going to be a late opportunity as the Team Jumbo-Visma squad have the honour of leading this one out through to the finish line.
And that's Primož Roglič in second place. So Robert Hessink reading out the Slovenian champion here.
Hessink goes for the line, and he's launching, but here comes Primož Roglič off his wheel and going and good. It's the most remarkable sprint finish you're ever likely to see. Has it been Hodge that's got up just to nick that one? Deceuninck Quickstep have certainly got the victory, but it was a remarkable finish of riders. They're saying an average speed at the top speed in the conclusion of 60 kilometers per hour, but it just seemed to go on forever, that one. And Almeida, I think it might even have been, that got up to take that one, surprising everyone. Not the sprint finish that we expected, certainly not undertaken in the way that we imagined. Great lead out by Robert Hessink. Primož Roglič launching at just the right time, but not able to get there to prevent that wonderful finish. And it's well, it's going to Deceuninck Quickstep. Beseger also up there is disappointed not to repeat his glorious success of 12 months ago. But glory for the Deceuninck Quickstep squad. Fist bumps all round.